Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at how to beat the extreme only super battle road stage completely free to play. So this is obviously part of the free to play challenge series, and we're going to be taking a look at how we can beat the extreme super battle road stage free to play without using any summonable or world tournament units. So the team build for this is very straightforward. We are using the Ginyu Force, and the Ginyu Force are exceptionally powerful free to play units that all got really strong with their EZA. They're very strong, very buff, mega strong, and super duper powerful. We are using them under the Strength Prime Metal Frieza LR lead, and we are using a friend full power Frieza. That's it. Pretty simple. It's a Planet Namek Saga team, basically running entirely on the Frieza, and it's gonna be pretty damn nuts. Pretty easy run, this one. Obviously the AGL Frieza carries a ton of the workload offensively, with the fact that he does double super attacks, he's got his active skill, he just does a lot overall, and so he really does carry the load quite a bit. So Frieza obviously fantastic, does a lot of good work, really powerful unit. No real need to cover him. He's got 100% start of turn attack and defense, has 100% attack and defense for 6 turns. Very strong unit, super duper powerful. Then in the rest of the team we have the Strength Frieza as well, the Strength Prime Battle Frieza. So we have him, obviously the hardest unit probably to get in this entire team. He is an extreme class lead of 90%, which is still low but very suitable nowadays for the previous SBR, and he's pretty strong. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, has an additional defense as the first or third attacker in the turn, and also has additional attack when doing an ultra super attack. Gains ki when facing super class enemies, so very suitable unit for this stage. So he is obviously our main lead, the hardest unit to get because you do have to complete the Prime Battle EZA for the Tech Super Saiyan Goku as well before you can get Frieza, but he is still very strong. The rest of the team that we've got the Int Captain Ginyu, obviously a unit that has the ability to seal. He also has damage reduction when he is facing 2 or more enemies. He has increased attack and defense when facing 1 enemy, and he also breaks enemies' guard, which isn't too important, but I guess is somewhat helpful. Then we have Jace, so we obviously have a Strength Jace, super duper powerful unit, again very strong, attack and defense of 90% with an additional attack and defense of 20% with every attack performed. He can foresee enemy super attacks, which is fantastic. He is a support for extreme class enemies, and when there are other Ginyu Force characters on the rotation, he also provides defense, which is again very strong. So we have very powerful and very good kind of team build fitting in here. Then next we have 2 slightly different units. We didn't go with a full Ginyu Force team, decided to shake things up a little bit. We have the second form Frieza after his EZA. Obviously an AoE unit that's very good when facing defense down units. Nice thing about him is he shares a link with Frieza, strongest clan in space, which as long as that link is higher than level 1 will automatically reduce the enemy's defense, meaning he always has that portion of his passive active, which makes him very strong. Also has Big Bad Bosses, which is a decent link set to shape him up with the AGL Frieza. And then we have the Tech Zarbon and Dodoria, super duper powerful units with attack and defense of 100% plus an additional attack and defense of 10% with each attack performed. They also seal the enemy's super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Frieza attacking in the same turn, which is, you know, 1 out of every 2 turns they're going to be on. They also give Space Traveling Warriors category allies ki +3 and attack and defense of 30%, which is pretty strong and pretty helpful. So they're a nice floating support. I would have used Gildo instead. You can use one or the other. I just used them because I've recently used Gildo in my Terrifying Conquerors Super Battle Road stage clear. So I thought I'd change it up a bit just to show off how some more units kind of take on these stages, rather than, you know, using the same team. But you can pretty much just use the Ginyu Force, you don't have to use anyone else. And then yeah, AGL Berta raises defense, raises attack for 1 turn, attack and defense of 100%, and additional attack and defense of 20% per key sphere obtained. High chance of evading the enemy's super attack as the first attacker in the turn. This is important because you need to obviously have him attack before the enemy attacks him, and he needs to be in the first slot. So I tend not to use him there, but he does have a medium chance of launching an additional super attack as the second or third attacker. Plus he has a chance of evading the enemy's attack with 20% higher when there is a Ginyu Force character on the rotation. So he's just a somewhat decent, you know, slight damage dealer, but also just a somewhat decent like unit overall to just use for this stage, realistically speaking. He's pretty strong, does decent damage, decent work, and yeah, overall a solid enough unit. We're going to seal up Goku just because we want to keep him under control. We're then going to pop a Princess Snake as we try and finish off Vegeta here, and then we're also going to just finish off Vegeta, lower his attack and defense, and then we'll have Frieza be able to finish off Goku in the next turn. So yeah, pretty straightforward team run. Your main priority is to get the AGL Frieza linked up with the physical second form Frieza. Then the AGL Frieza will do some very good damage. The second form Frieza will do decent damage as well, since he'll be linked up with the final form Frieza, doing some really solid numbers and AoE. You can always switch him out later on, but he does more than fine throughout this whole process. And yeah, just basically I focus down the Vegeta first in this stage because he's tech type, and he's a risk to the AGL Frieza. Now that he's gone, basically everything's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Nothing too crazy in terms of risk here, just the second form Frieza. But the first form Frieza does so much damage that we don't really have to worry about that too much. So yeah, overall pretty easy, pretty straightforward run. The extreme class team, you can use whatever team you want, but overall Frieza and the Ginyu Force gang are just way too powerful. So yep, this is pretty much the best team I think you can run free to play, at least for this stage. And yeah, overall was a pretty easy finish. Probably one of the easiest free to play challenges to kind of take on. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it, leave a comment, and I'll try to reply back. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video. But until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.